I saw children drawing with chalk on the sidewalk of my apartment building, and I thought of you. There was a time when our hands were stained with colorful dust, when concrete driveways became our heaven. We were born in Eden, after all. We made spells from squiggles, summoned joy from nothing, and covered the world with sacred symbols of a child who still believed. You believed in magic. You loved the Lion King, and you wanted to be just like Rafiki. Connected, mystical, alive with eyes that saw beyond the mundane. Not pretend, not costume. Real magic. Something others didn't understand. You practiced with chalk and glow sticks and whispers to the stars. You sat like he did, in trees, by the water, and you waited. You believed magic could be learned, and I want you to know, you were right. But that would come later. For now, in this time, when the world was Eden, every corner humming with awe, you laughed alone in rooms with your own drawings, giggled at your own imagination. You had no shame in your joy. But then it began. The world began to roar, and the grown-ups in your life started to tremble. They were so afraid, and they passed that fear on to you like an heirloom. They called you smart. They called you brilliant. They saw a light in you, so you tried to fix what was broken. You learned too early that most looked to money as survival, that a calculator on your father's desk meant maybe the house wouldn't be there next month. You saw his jaw tighten. You pondered how others would take this from us, our peace. You heard your mother crying at night, and the math of their marriage didn't add up anymore. Each professed assurance to friends and family only destabilized you more, for privately they confessed a shattering to you. They made you promise. Don't tell your sisters. When your parents finally broke, and your home split apart like cracks in the sidewalk, you thought you had to hold the pieces together. You became the best little boy you could, and you used magic to grow up overnight. A mirage of a man in the skin of a boy. You learned that marriage was forever until it was over. You learned I love you sometimes meant screaming, sometimes meant holes in the wall. You learned their love could shake a home. And unless you avoided the eggshells and minefields underfoot that no one else could see, that you would never know peace. You started to hide, started to press your back to the wall with headphones on. You became small in your own frame, slouched, staring at the ground. You hoped to disappear. And when they asked you what life meant, when they asked you about God, you said you weren't sure, but secretly you believed in judgment. You were too young for the story of Job as it was recited to you, as you pored through an old Bible. You saw a good man punished and tested. You learned that even the righteous were smited. And you saw the divine as a great man in the sky, fist clenched, powerful, watching, cruel. You imagined him striking you. Will you still love me after this beating? You heard him ask you. You dared not answer. You thought, maybe to love too much was dangerous. Maybe tragedy was a compliment. Maybe suffering was meant for you. Maybe it meant you were doing the right things. Perhaps the quiet pain meant sin was leaving you, like soiled water from a wet rag being wrenched in ancient hands until it was pure again. You wondered how long this would last. How long until you were clean? Until it stopped hurting? The magic faded. You stopped drawing on concrete. You stopped drawing anywhere. You stayed within the lines, inside the margins. And eventually, only in your own mind did you dream, even a little. You got good at tests, at sports, at being liked, at saying the right things at the right time. Your mantra became nice and fine. It was safe, palatable. It kept people from asking too many questions. You folded your other emotions into a closet inside your chest. It grew tight in there, and some days it nearly broke open. I'd love to tell you things got easier, but it didn't. You just got stronger, thicker skin, drier eyes. You filled your brain to keep your soul quiet. Stuffed yourself with facts and figures. You knew the systems, the scams, the secrets, the rules. You could explain taxes and corporations. You knew how the world broke itself and its promises. You knew of the wars, cycles, poverty, cruelty. But all of the good grades didn't save you. Truth is, the world seemed like a false promise to you with every page turn, every new, dark, unearthed history. You began to wonder if the angry man in the sky was even there at all. And perhaps this man in the sky who punches us with misfortune wasn't divine at all. Just a reflection of human cruelty, an image we built to explain our meaningless pain. Perhaps all that ever was, or ever would be, had no magic. Perhaps it truly was born from nothing, randomly, without any meaning or purpose. That abyss felt easier to carry than the hope of something more for a time. And so you cloaked yourself in black, smoked cigarettes, and choked down whiskey with a cynical laugh as you stared into the void. You became sharp, charming, cynical, devastating. People liked that. But you didn't. Eventually, the absurdity and the mask broke too. And when everything cracked, when you were ready to leave this world, something came back instead. A dream, a light in the pit. You are not broken. You never were. You're just lost like I was. You will find the magic again, because it is down where you are sinking. And even now, I see you. 4 years old, 10 years old, 15, 19, 25, dreaming and drawing. And I want you to be proud. I want you to love who we become. So I took a stick of chalk in my hand, and I showed the children how to draw flowers. I taught them how to blend the colors with their fingers, and they laughed. And their mother said thank you. And in that moment, I felt more like Rafiki than I ever had before. We are the Garden of Eden we thought we lost. We are the magic. We are the light. We are the way. The angry God is just our shadow. And the true divine is the last place anybody will ever look. Underneath all the skeletons and demons, inside that closet in your chest. It hides in the sidewalk cracks. It hides in the most desperate, darkest moments of your life, waiting for your hand.